The Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker.
You don't think they asked Chris Tucker to come back in the second Friday?
Chris Tucker could have enjoyed fame bigger than Will Smith these days, but looks like he's seen enough of Hollywood treatment and decided to quit the big stage to live in dignity. Even new roles and millions in salary couldn't force him to continue, and with his sudden departure, he left fans discussing if he knew too much. We've witnessed too many vanishing acts in the world of black comedians, just like Katt Williams. But Tucker's story is way more sinister, and no wonder he decided to disclose the real reason why he ghosted Hollywood in this recent tell-all chat.
Very honest about things that have happened in your life? You're honest about tax problems, things like that? Is that still what people can expect, that you are kind of laying it all out there?
I talk about it all. I finally paid their butt off.
Chris has made numerous memorable appearances in our all-time favorite movies, but his Hollywood star was never meant to shine. As he confessed, the industry games and demands were too much for him, and he started to feel like losing himself that, it ain't just about me being the biggest comic or actor in the world. It's about becoming somebody to give to the world, to inspire in some kind of way, hopefully. So I like that I did that. When his iconic movie Friday hit theaters in '95, Chris and the crew turned it into a cultural phenomenon, raking in millions and cementing his status as a bona fide star. With his breakout role as Smokey, he really shot into the stratosphere of fame and made himself a little fortune and a big name. However, as we know, in Tinseltown, talent is not the only way to pave your way to the stardom. And Tucker seems to know this first.
You learn faster because you see your brothers and sisters make mistakes, and you see my brothers get a whooping. I'm like, what you do? God.
1997 was the year that changed everything for Chris Tucker. Not just one, but 3 blockbuster hits: The Fifth Element, Money Talks, and Jackie Brown. Tucker was the epitome of Hollywood glamour, making friends with the Leicesters such as Jamie Foxx. Speaking of Foxx, he once opened up about how Tucker's sudden rise left him feeling some type of way during a candid chat on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Well, the whispers about Jamie Foxx being a Hollywood sellout have been lingering for ages, and it started to feel like Chris Tucker was about to steal his star and take everything for himself. You know these industry games when the fastest and most compliant take it all, and apparently, Jamie Foxx doubled down on his efforts to become the best black dude in the industry.
Don't you want the freedom to also kind of add your twist?
Not with him.
No.
But Chris Tucker suddenly quit acting after the film that gave him immense fame and financial success. In an interview with The Morning Call in 2001, he discussed about taking a break from Hollywood. The actor revealed that he was offered multiple roles at the time, but did not find any of them interesting enough to come back to lay. This revelation shook his fans to the core, making them realize that it wasn't about the roles. The speculation that something sinister could be happening behind the glamorous doors of Tinseltown grew louder, and finally, Chris himself decided to speak on the matter.
The details, so that was so much fun and so much knowledge and learning about that.
Hollywood can be a fickle place where even the biggest names are getting destroyed in a moment. Yes, Tucker was riding high on success, with offers pouring in from every direction. However, behind the scenes, he was feeling suffocated, probably because with every role, there was a new demand coming. It's not like we know nothing about the shady side of Hollywood and how they treat black actors there. And apparently, Chris didn't want to become an industry slave like many others before him. Some labeled him as picky, while others saw it as a rebellion against the system. The truth was, Hollywood couldn't see past his skin color, offering him stereotypical roles. Truth be told, Tucker was playing a risky game in an industry known for its cutthroat nature. Hollywood thrives on control, favoring actors who fit their mold. But Tucker was determined to break free despite the success.
Very important that, financial freedom, owning something, a piece of something.
Yeah.
That was one of the other parts of the movie that I really loved.
So yes, with their insulting offers, Hollywood had Tucker feeling trapped. So he made a daring move and stepped back. Instead of chasing fame and fortune, he chose to stay true to his principles. And that's why his fans respect him so much. As one person commented, he's a smarter guy than he's given credit for. I didn't realize how much roles he turned down. Had he taken some of those, he'd have been bigger than Will Smith. Yet, others point out more sinister reasons of Chris's departure from limelight. And one internet user wrote, he was also on Epstein's flight log. Maybe he seen something that he didn't like and got as far away from Hollywood as possible. Tucker seemed to be determined to be his own boss, refusing to be a puppet on a string. But emasculation in Hollywood is just a fairy tale. It's a real thing that many famous people had experienced as well.
Everybody else, I guess, felt the same way because everybody was on point.
But unlike many of those who humiliate themselves on a regular basis for roles and fame, Tucker wasn't about to let Hollywood bring him down. He stayed true to himself, even when it meant turning down big roles and even bigger sums. It was his personal rebellion against the system, which he has never spoken about before. Even Ice Cube, who was behind the production of Next Friday, shared you'll hear 1,000 different stories, but we wanted to pay him $12 million to do that movie and he turned it down. And folks, when you hear the stories happening behind the closed doors to black actors, there's no more wonder why Tucker wanted out. And get this, Allegedly, Hollywood elites were treating their actors like jesters in a medieval court. Who better to spill the tea than Chris Tucker himself, who once found himself playing the fool in front of none other than Bill Clinton.
He invited me to Africa, man. He invited me. He said, Tucker, you want to go to Africa with me? I think you'll like it.
I don't know if you heard the story already, but once a rising Hollywood star, Chris Tucker was going with Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein on an epic trip to Africa. It may sound glamorous, but in fact, the actor later spilled the beans on the whole experience. And let's just say it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Apparently, he didn't even know whose jet he had boarded because he was lured there under false pretenses. His name was even linked to disgusting figure Epstein and his island, and Chris had to defend his honor, denying ever being there. No, I don't know where that thing at. We were going to Africa to save lives. But wait, it gets worse. Tucker's trip with Clinton wasn't just about laughs when both of them exposed as Epstein's island visitors.
You knew Jeffrey Epstein, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Looks like someone wanted to punish Tucker for choosing integrity over money. And just when you think it couldn't get any crazier for him, the actor's life takes a dramatic turn in 2005. He's busted for speeding like a maniac in Georgia, clocking in at a whopping 109 mph in his Bentley. The situation escalates, landing him with charges and fines. His life became a huge roller coaster ride with many troubles in his finances and career. Despite riding high on the success train, Tucker was dealing with some major financial strains. Even though he was struggling, going back to acting was no longer an option.
I did. I was like, this is over. I'm not making no money. This is going to mess up my movie money.
In 2010, tabloids began dropping the bombs that Tucker owes the IRS a mind-blowing $9.6 million in unpaid taxes. He was facing a lawsuit from the IRS claiming the comedian owes taxes that date back to 2002. Seems like his Hollywood earnings came to an end. Tucker couldn't make payments in time. As the lawsuit read, despite notice and demand for payment of the assessments set forth above, Mr. Tucker has neglected, refused, or failed to fully pay the assessments against him. But Tucker was not about to let his integrity take the hit and crawl back under Hollywood's wing. He tried to hustle his way out of debt, selling off properties. Seems like the actor has developed a strong disliking of the system he once had been a part of, and apparently, he chose to slowly work his way out financial woes rather than sell his soul.
I was always working. When you didn't see me, I was in the comedy clubs working on my stand-up because it was something I could do.
But folks, this is what Hollywood does to people. Remember Katt Williams? This man's got talent like no one else in comedy, but for some reason, he's never quite hit the big time. Some people speculate that it's because he's been calling out Hollywood's shady games for years, and now Tucker may be just the same as Katt. As one person commented, I think the real reason he wanted to get away from Hollywood was because he was on Jeffrey Epstein's private plane with Kevin Spacey. He probably knew about that stuff. And another user added, there are levels to Hollyweird. You have to do gay satanic rituals. Then you have to sacrifice a loved one to Satan. You have to pledge loyalty to Satan for fame and fortune. Luckily for Chris, he's left all Tinseltown drama before it destroyed his soul. But hey, not many actors are as brave as him. What do you think about this? Could Chris Tucker turn away all the industry's proposals because of the mess he had witnessed? And is Hollywood really treating black actors that badly? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos